Woo! Well, hello guys, welcome back. I don't know if you want to consider this Lokean gaming. It's not quite. But I thought of doing this, and I am feeling this push from behind from Loki of go, 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 do it, do it, do it. So, we are in one of those relaxation apps I've had you in before, and whew, let's talk about moms. I'm going to talk about my mom for a bit. Well, let's talk about moms. And as people that have been watching the channel know, my mom's been gone for about a decade now, probably about 8 years, I think it is. And she always saw me doing something with computers. Now, my mom, whether you believe in this or not, had psychic abilities. She was Roman Catholic. She didn't practice any type of witchcraft or New Age stuff, but she had truly God-given psychic abilities. Like, we would be driving on a road, and hand to goddess, she would tell my dad, slow down, there's a deer up ahead, and there would be a deer up ahead. She would see something coming years ahead, and it would come, okay? So she had these pretty good psychic abilities. And she said to me one time, she said to me, I see you doing something with computers. I don't want you to worry. I see you doing something with computers. Now, I've had a long time, almost a decade, to think of that. I wonder sometimes, did she just mean, oh, I can see you doing this? Like our parents can see us doing something, like being a waitress, cutting lawns, whatever they think would suit us. But I would say, well, what do you mean, Mom? What kind of computers? And she said, I don't know. I just see you working with computers. And I've been thinking about it and what on earth was that? I've been thinking about it and thinking about it. And I've been thinking, well, she couldn't mean BIT. She couldn't mean repair computers. I've got the tremors and the low eyesight, and I can't drive anyhow. And it would be going to school and everything. And I don't feel called in that direction. I mean, I believe if you feel called towards something, you go out and you achieve it. And I'm like, no, I don't think it's that. So then I thought, well, what did you see? And lately I've been talking to my mom. I've been saying, Mom, I need to know what you saw. I need to know what you saw me doing with computers. When you saw me working with computers, did you mean YouTube? Did you mean something else? Did you mean being a cashier? Or what did you mean? And so far, I'm really not getting a sense of what she meant. And lately I've been nagging her. Like you nag your mom, like, Ma, what did you mean? And, our moms do usually, if we're fortunate, and my mom and I could fight like cats. We absolutely could. We could get along to the point where we were psychic and could read each other's thoughts. We had this deep psychic connection, but we could also fight like cats. You could put us in the same room, and within 20 seconds, it'd be like, Meh. So, sometimes our moms can be like that. They can be our best friend. And they can be a woman that we deeply love in our life. And they can also be that, kind of real with us. And I've been asking her lately. And I've been saying, Mom, what the heck did you mean? Because I am working on YouTube. I'm working with computers, and I'm working with Patreon, and I'm working with computers that way. But I said, what did you mean? And, my mom hasn't come in a dream, and she hasn't had an angel come down from heaven. And so I decided I'm going to bother God, because that's where my mom has to be, with God, right? Because she was Roman Catholic. So I'm bothering God, and I'm like, God, according to what I was brought up in, you have a plan for my life. What's your plan? I need to know it now. Come on. Because 2020 has already been like a terrible 7 days for me. There's been some great stuff, but there's been some crummy stuff too, right? And I said, God, what the heck are you planning for my life? And I just keep getting back, have faith. Now, Loki knows I talk to God, by the way, for those of you that are diehard Lokeans and, clutching your chest and grasping your pearls. He knows. He knows. And I went to Loki and I said, Loki, I like having a plan. I like having direction. And nothing. Crickets. And the funny thing was, from about Yule to today, I was living a pretty relaxed life. I was making you guys from 1 to 3 videos, but it was very natural. And I wasn't trying to push or meet anything else. I was making sure I took plenty of time to play my games and enjoy life and slow down and cook meals with Loki and light candles and be all spiritual. Today, everything went wrong, and all of a sudden, that very relaxed, very laid back went out the window, even though technically it didn't have to. And it's like times like these, you want to go to your mom and talk to her. So I've been saying, Mom, I'm having a crummy day. And it's kind of like I can feel her now. This beach is the one VR experience where I kind of feel her. Because she's told me that, decades ago when she and my dad were young people and they lived in California, she would climb on these rocks, something like this, like a billy goat. And so I like to kind of come to the beach sometimes and talk to Mom. And that's kind of a healthy thing to do. To kind of talk to her moms, even if they're not with us anymore. And to say, I'm going crazy and you're supposed to have all the answers, because remember, Mom could fix everything, right? Mom was magical. Mom was magical. Mom had magical kisses and Mom could fix everything. Mom was kind of the first experience of goddess most of us had, because she'd go to Mom and Mom would fix everything. It's funny to mention goddess because when I got into Wicca, you're supposed to see Father God, Mother Goddess. I never quite connected with just the Mother Goddess concept. I know many goddesses, and I love them dearly, and I treat them like moms, but that overarching Mother Goddess that so many women connect to, I was like, not feeling it? Am I doing something wrong? Same thing for Father God. I could see God that I was raised with. I can see many gods, but this overarching Father God never got it. I was like the world's worst wicked. So lately I've been talking to Mom and saying, I don't know what to do. I'm with this God now that would probably drive you totally insane, because he drives me insane on a daily basis. And I am his human, and as many times as I've thought of going and entering a convent, Mom, and just like giving up on everything, he trots after me happily and won't let me go anywhere. And you guys know what I mean. Loki will drive you to your living end. And my mom always believed in the best in everybody. She would just have you reset with Loki. She really would. She'd be like, well, did you choose him? Yeah, but I didn't know what I was getting into. My mom would just laugh and say, welcome to, whatever. But I just figured that felt timely for one of you, and Loki was giving me a push. And I did not, by the way, I did not mentally download any answers for my mom. But it felt like we all needed some time to de-stress on the beach. I think for those of us, especially those of us that are older, growing up in the 1980s, we thought all of you, and that includes me, would have everything fixed by 2020. This planet is supposed to be perfectly clean. There was supposed to be world peace and abundant food, okay? That was the plan. You let us down, 2020. You so let us down. And I think that's what it's kind of been. Like, those of us that are, like, grew up in the 1980s, it kind of feels like we just got out of the DeLorean, yeah? And we're looking around like, this isn't the future. What happened? Biff wife's president? Oh my God. We're kind of like in culture shock because this is not the 2020 we promised ourselves. We're all supposed to be rich. There's supposed to be no illness, no homelessness, no poverty, real peace, spiritual enlightenment for everyone. That's what we all saw for the future. Give us a couple more years, maybe we'll get it, guys. But I just figured we all kind of needed a break, and the mom thing felt timely. And I think it's kind of important to say because I'm getting Loki nuzzles, but you can love your mom and not have a perfect relationship with her. Like I said, I love my mom very deeply. We had a psychic connection, but there were times I wondered if she loved me and if she was even my real mom. I swear most of the time I felt like I was adopted because I just totally could not relate to my family. And there were times when we could have killed each other, even when she was in the hospital at the end. We would go from, oh, we love each other and we're getting along, and people would say, you're more like sisters, it's so sweet. Yeah, we got along like sisters too, because 20 seconds later we'd both be angry. Now we are lucky. We never like fooled here or hit each other or anything, but when we would get angry, we would get very angry because we both had that stubborn Polish temper of I am right and you are wrong, and I'm just going to get progressively louder until I get my way. And my mom, God bless her, could nag like everybody's mother. If you wanted her to stop talking, my mother would be mad already. You did what she wanted. You tried to develop psychic abilities. You did what she wanted before she asked, is what you did. And then she would be content. She would leave you alone until she thought of something else she wanted, right? But it's okay if your mother drove you nuts. It's okay if you're an adult and you're still talking to your mom and she has not been with you for a long time. We don't ever outgrow that, guys. We could all be 1,000 and still be alive on this planet. We'd still be going to our moms and going, Mom! Our mothers would be like, what now? You're 1,000 years old. What do you want now? This thing's happening. It's not fair. Well, Mom has not sent an angel yet. Mom hasn't sent any definitive sign, you know. And I keep waiting for something dramatic like that, guys. Seriously, like, I binge on those It's a Miracle videos. So I'm waiting for that miracle, for that sign. Nothing yet. But this just felt like therapy for us. I don't know, it felt timely, it felt right, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have, because it's just, this is something I really needed. Like I said to you guys, have been with us for a while. I actually couldn't afford this on my own. My uncle, my mother's brother, pushed me when he was generous enough to help me out. He was like, you have to get something like that, you have to do it. So in a way, Mom was right. I am doing something with computers, but you know, as of yet, she hasn't come down with a book and said, here you go, here's what's going to happen for the rest of your life. And, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, it's okay to love your mom, even if she drives you crazy, even if you want to kill her sometimes. It's okay to love your mom. And sometimes she's mad at you and you're mad at her, and maybe you're not talking. It's okay to still love her. There's no perfect relationship, I think. As much as my mom and I got along, there's no perfect relationship. We would, like I said, get along, and then it would be craziness. And then we'd be getting along again. Because women, that's... I'm honestly thinking about it, that was probably a huge thing. Your mom feels she has to push you and push you. But then at the end, you know, she said that she realized that really all she wanted, she didn't want for me, and this feels like the message I think I'm supposed to be getting to you guys. She didn't want me to be rich. She didn't want me to have this big, important job. She didn't even want me to get married or move into a mansion or learn a second language or go back to college or pay off my loans. All she wanted was for me to be happy. So hopefully, guys, going forward from today, from right this moment, we can make 2020 a pretty happy year for us. And find your happiness where you have it. I saw a really good pin recently that said, you know, the universe is kind of telling you, what would you do to be happy with your life and the things you have now? What would be the thing you could do to make yourself happiness happiest, blah, 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 with what you have now, with where your life is now, and do that. Do it a heck of a lot more often. So don't wait until you have that beach vacation. Don't wait until you have that marriage or that job or that graduation or whatever you're going for. Just do what makes you happy now with what you have now. And I think that's the actual secret to happiness. We all think it's going to be that one more game, that promotion, that car, that beach, that vacation, where really it's just being happy with what we have and, making the most out of what we have. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. I'm getting, yeah, back here. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.